And joining me on the word now to discuss Japan's historic attendance at the NATO summit is Earl Anthony Wayne. He's a career ambassador and distinguished diplomat in residence, School of International Service, American University. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me with you.
This is not just symbolism, is it? I mean, the presence of Japan and South Korea at the NATO summit in Madrid. Let me just take again the comment by the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. He said he was going to take the opportunity to highlight common security concerns in Europe and Asia. In your opinion, what are those common security concerns?
Well, I think Russia's invasion of Ukraine has made everybody rethink their security and their security needs and how they respond to it. It's clear in Europe, but even in Asia, we've seen China say they're going to be supportive of Russia and that their partnership is closer to them than ever. So this makes countries like Japan and South Korea really think, how can they best assure their own security? And that is by having good friends and that will stand with them in crisis. Now, the United States is the main security partner for Japan and for South Korea. But I think that reflects why there is now going to be a presence at this NATO gathering. It is really a gathering of like-minded countries from around the world looking at how the security situation is changing.
But that those who also think that the Russia's invasion of Ukraine has come to reveal Asia's delicate security architecture, especially when you look at the aggression sometimes from China and North Korea. And that again, it looks like Japan and South Korea are beginning to imagine that it is not just enough to be with the US, that it needs a stronger military alliance. What do you make of that kind of theory?
Well, I think there's a lot of rifting going on. We see this in a strengthening of ties between Australia, New Zealand, the United States, Japan, and South Korea also. We see this in the setting up of a new Quad framework, which is not really a security framework in the military sense, but it is trying to get a closer cooperation, bringing India into discussions on a more regular basis. So I think we will be seeing a lot of different steps aimed at reassuring people, because there is a concern in East Asia about China's growing military might. In the news just today is the fact that China is launching a brand new aircraft carrier, a very modern aircraft carrier. It is investing tremendously in its defense capacity, and countries are worried. And there is a worry about what they might do vis-a-vis Taiwan, for example. Taiwan is an extremely important country for making highly advanced semiconductor chips for much of the world. So this concern spreads widely.
But what do you think NATO risk by spreading by expanding its remit beyond a European security mission?
Well, I don't think they're going to really expand the formal NATO commitments. I think this is just showing the need to have a conversation about the strategic situation in the world and what that means. I don't think we're going to see South Korea and Japan coming into NATO, but NATO has expanded over years its security attention, including looking at terrorism, including the mission that they had in Afghanistan. So it's not unusual for them to look at security concerns outside of the immediate European theater. But right now, they are mostly focused, importantly, on Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the impact that that is having. And that will be the main focus of this gathering.
And we would see how that plays out in Madrid. It's June the 29th, I think, to 28th to 30th. Thank you so much for talking to us. Career ambassador and distinguished diplomat in residence, School of International Service, American University, Earl Anthony Wayne.
Thank you very much.